Never underestimate the power of your grocery list, because what you put on your plate could add years to your life or quietly take them away. And here's the part nobody tells you. Some of the most powerful tools for feeling young, staying strong, and living longer are hiding right there in your fridge. Now, if you're over 60 and sometimes catch yourself wondering, is there anything I can do? Anything simple to help me feel more energetic, more alive, and less like the number on my birth certificate? The answer is yes. But it doesn't start with a gym membership or a stack of medications. It starts with food. Real food, the kind your body actually knows what to do with. In this video, we're going to walk through 7 superfoods that don't just taste good. They help you age in reverse from the inside out. These aren't trendy powders or expensive supplements. These are everyday ingredients backed by real science, real results, and real stories from people just like you. Let's start with one that doesn't look like much, but works like magic behind the scenes. Blueberries. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, "Oh, berries, how original," hear me out. There's a reason these tiny blue gems are nicknamed brain berries. As we age, one of the biggest concerns isn't just our joints or our waistlines. It's memory, mental sharpness, the ability to remember what we walked into the kitchen for. Blueberries are loaded with antioxidants, especially anthocyanins, which help protect your brain from oxidative stress. What does that mean for you? It means clearer thinking, better recall, and a lower risk of things like dementia or Alzheimer's. In one long-term study, older adults who regularly ate blueberries delayed cognitive aging by up to 2.5 years, 2.5 years of stronger memory, just by tossing a handful into your breakfast bowl. They're also good for your heart. They reduce bad cholesterol and help keep blood pressure in check. And let's not forget, they're delicious. Fresh, frozen, sprinkled on oatmeal or blended into a smoothie. It doesn't matter how you eat them. What matters is that you start. And if you've already got blueberries in your diet, great. But the next one might surprise you even more. Avocados. Yes, the green, squishy fruit often associated with millennials and trendy toast. But don't let the marketing fool you. Avocados are absolutely a senior superfood. Why? Healthy fats. See, as we get older, our bodies need good fats to keep our joints lubricated, our skin soft, and our brains firing on all cylinders. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, which are the heart-friendly kind. They help lower bad cholesterol while increasing the good kind. Yes, there's such a thing, but it doesn't stop there. Avocados also contain potassium, which most people over 60 don't get enough of. Potassium helps regulate blood pressure, support muscle function, and reduce the risk of strokes. Not to mention the fiber. They keep your digestion running smoothly, which, let's be honest, is a big deal after 60. Now, I'm not saying eat guacamole every day, but half an avocado a few times a week? That's a gift to your heart, your brain, and even your bones. Now, let's move into the sea for something that might already be in your freezer. Wild-caught salmon. This one right here is a game changer, especially if you want to reduce inflammation, the kind of silent damage that can lead to arthritis, heart disease, even some types of cancer. Salmon is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, which are powerful anti-inflammatories. But here's what makes it even better. Those same omega-3s help keep your arteries soft and flexible. That means better circulation, lower blood pressure, and a lower risk of heart attack or stroke. It's like a gentle oil change for your cardiovascular system. And if you've ever dealt with joint pain, you'll be glad to know omega-3s help reduce stiffness and swelling in the joints, especially for folks with arthritis. Some studies even show improved mobility just from eating salmon twice a week. And there's one more bonus, your eyes. DHA supports eye health, reducing the risk of age-related macular degeneration, which is one of the leading causes of vision loss in seniors. Here's the tip though, make sure it's wild-caught, not farm-raised. Farm salmon can have higher levels of contaminants and fewer of those good omega-3s. If fresh isn't available or affordable, frozen wild-caught works just fine. Even canned salmon, if it's wild-caught, still packs the benefits. So far we had something sweet, something creamy, and something savory. But we're just getting started. Now that we've talked about blueberries, avocados, and salmon, Three of the most powerful allies for your brain, heart, and joints. Let's keep going, because the next one on our list is humble, earthy, and often overlooked, but it has the power to boost energy, detox your body, and help you feel lighter and brighter from the inside out. Leafy greens. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Salads? Really? But stay with me, because leafy greens like spinach, kale, collard greens, and even arugula are absolute powerhouses for people over 60. They're not just rabbit food. They're medicine in plant form. These greens are rich in folate, a B vitamin that supports brain function and emotional balance. Two things that can feel a little shaky as we get older. They're also packed with fiber, which keeps digestion regular. And trust me, that becomes more valuable with every passing year. But the real magic is in the antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds they carry. Things like lutein and zeaxanthin, tongue twisters I know, but they help protect your eyes from age-related damage and support brain health too. There's even research linking leafy green consumption with a significantly slower rate of cognitive decline. The best part? You don't need to eat a bucket of kale every day. A handful in your morning eggs, a few leaves tossed into your soup, or a side of steamed spinach with dinner. All adds up. Now, moving from the garden to something a bit more earthy, warming, and surprisingly healing, turmeric. If you've ever had curry, you've tasted turmeric. It's the golden yellow spice that gives those dishes their color. But turmeric isn't just about flavor. It's been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years, and modern science is finally catching up. The active compound in turmeric is called curcumin, and curcumin is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories out there. Why is that important? Because chronic inflammation is at the root of so many of the issues we face as we age: joint pain, heart disease, even depression, and memory loss. Turmeric has been shown to reduce joint pain in people with arthritis, improve brain function, and even support heart health by improving how the lining of your blood vessels functions. Some studies are even exploring its potential to help prevent Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases. Now, here's the catch. Your body doesn't absorb curcumin very well on its own, but if you pair it with black pepper, just a pinch, it boosts absorption by over 2,000%. So if you're adding turmeric to your meals, just sprinkle in a little pepper to unlock its full power. Or try golden milk at night, a warm drink made with turmeric, milk, or almond milk, and pepper. Not only is it comforting, but it's good for your brain and your bones. Speaking of comfort, let's talk about one of the most soothing, satisfying, and surprisingly youth-preserving foods out there: nuts. Now, I'm not saying to sit down with a jar of peanut butter and a spoon, although we've all been there. I'm talking about a small handful of raw, unsalted nuts like almonds, walnuts, or pistachios a few times a week. Just that simple habit can reduce your risk of heart disease, help stabilize blood sugar, and give your body the healthy fats it needs to keep everything running smoothly. Walnuts, for example, are especially high in omega-3s. That's right, not just fish, walnuts too. And almonds are packed with vitamin E, which helps protect your skin and your cells from the damage caused by aging. It's like a little internal shield against the years. One study even showed that people who eat nuts regularly live longer on average than those who don't. Why? Because they're good for your heart. They help manage weight, they lower inflammation, and they support brain function. That's 4 big wins in one small snack. But here's the key: portion control. Just a small handful. You want the benefits without overdoing it, because nuts are calorie dense, but the quality of those calories? Top notch. So now we've covered greens, turmeric, and nuts. 3 incredibly powerful foods that can work together to support your joints, your memory, your heart, and your mood. And the best part? You don't have to change your whole life to enjoy them. Just add a little here and there, and let your food do some of the heavy lifting. Now let's keep going. There's still more to cover, and one of the next foods might just be sitting in your kitchen already, waiting to surprise you. And trust me, this next one might not look impressive at first glance, but don't let appearances fool you. Beans. That's right, simple, unglamorous beans. Whether it's black beans, lentils, chickpeas, or kidney beans, these little powerhouses are packed with protein, fiber, and nutrients that can work wonders for your health, especially after 60. Here's the thing. As we age, we tend to lose muscle more easily. It's called sarcopenia, and it can sneak up on you fast if you're not careful. That's why protein becomes so important. And beans deliver a strong dose of it, without the saturated fat you find in red meat. They help you maintain muscle mass, keep your metabolism steady, and give you the energy to keep moving every day. But the magic doesn't stop there. Beans are one of the best foods for your heart. They help lower bad cholesterol, stabilize blood sugar, and even reduce inflammation. In fact, many of the longest living people in the world, from Okinawa to Sardinia, eat beans almost every single day. They're not optional, they're essential, and they're cheap. You don't need to spend a fortune to eat for longevity. A pot of lentil soup or a bowl of black bean chili can go a long way, not just for your budget, but for your body too. And now that we got your heart and muscles covered, let's talk about something that supports your bones, your immune system, and your mood, but almost no one is eating enough of it. Mushrooms. Yes, mushrooms. But not the kind you scrape off your pizza. Think of shiitake, maide portobello, and even button mushrooms. These fungi are rich in compounds that help reduce inflammation and support immune health, which becomes especially important as we get older and our immune system starts to slow down. Mushrooms are also a natural source of vitamin D, especially when they're exposed to sunlight. And if you've ever had your vitamin D levels checked and found they were low, you're not alone. Most people over 60 are deficient, and that can lead to weak bones, fatigue, and even depression. Just a handful of mushrooms sauteed with your lunch or dinner a few times a week can help bridge that gap. But here's something you might not know. Certain types of mushrooms may actually support brain health and memory. One study even linked regular consumption of mushrooms to a lower risk of mild cognitive impairment. That's not something you hear every day, and it's certainly not a benefit we should ignore. So, next time you're at the grocery store, maybe skip the crackers and grab a pack of mushrooms instead. They might not come with a flashy label, but your future self will thank you for it. Now, let's pause for a second, not to stop, but to reflect. So far, you've heard about foods that can sharpen your mind, strengthen your body, steady your heart, and soothe your joints. And you might be thinking, that all sounds great, but can it really make a difference at my age? Here's what I'll tell you. Yes, it absolutely can. I've seen it firsthand. I've met folks who were in their late 70s, barely moving, constantly tired, and all they did was make a few small changes to what they ate each day. They didn't become vegan. They didn't go gluten-free. They didn't even count calories. They just started eating with purpose, with awareness. They added foods that gave back to their bodies instead of taking away. And within weeks, they felt more alive, not in some dramatic movie montage way, but in the small, meaningful ways that matter most. Getting out of bed was easier. Their knees didn't ache as much. They remembered more. They laughed more. Because when you start feeding your body the right fuel, your body notices. It responds. And more importantly, it recovers. Even in your 60s, 70s, and 80s, healing is still possible. Strength is still possible. Joy is still possible. But you've got to give your body what it needs. And the truth is, most people don't. They think it's too late or too hard, or that change won't really matter anymore. But that's a lie aging tries to tell you. And you don't have to believe it. Your food choices are some of the most powerful tools you have to stay active, sharp, and independent. Not for 5 minutes, for 5 more years, maybe even 10. And that leads us to our final food, the one that brings it all together and adds a finishing touch, not just to your plate, but to your life. Olive oil. Simple, right? Just a golden drizzle. But this one change, switching from butter or vegetable oils to extra virgin olive oil, can quietly transform your health in ways most people never realize. See, olive oil isn't just a cooking fat. It's liquid gold for your heart, your brain, and your joints. It's full of powerful antioxidants and healthy fats that help reduce inflammation, lower bad cholesterol, and protect your blood vessels from aging-related damage. That's why it's a cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, which is one of the most studied and effective eating patterns for long life and good health. What most people don't know is that olive oil also supports brain health. One study even linked it to a reduced risk of Alzheimer's. Another found it helped improve memory and cognitive function in older adults. That's a lot of benefit from something as simple as the oil you use to saute your veggies or dress your salad. And speaking of salads, when you pair olive oil with other foods like leafy greens or tomatoes, It helps your body absorb more of the fat-soluble vitamins in those foods. It's like turning the key that unlocks more nutrition from every bite you take. Just 1 to 2 tablespoons a day is enough. Drizzle it on your steamed broccoli, mix it into your soups, or just enjoy it with a slice of whole grain bread. It's a delicious, easy habit that supports your entire body. Now, let's take a step back for a moment. Think about the foods we've talked about: blueberries, avocados, wild salmon, leafy greens, turmeric, nuts, beans, mushrooms, and olive oil. These aren't weird, hard-to-find ingredients. They're not pills or powders or magic tricks. They're just real food, wholesome, colorful, flavorful. And every one of them works quietly in the background, supporting your heart, protecting your brain, strengthening your bones, and even lifting your mood. No, eating these foods won't make you 25 again. But here's what they can do. They can help you stay active longer, stay sharp longer, stay independent longer. They can give you more mornings where you wake up with energy instead of stiffness. More afternoons where you don't feel like napping the day away. More moments where you feel like yourself. And that's what we're really after, isn't it? Not just adding years to your life, but adding life to your years. The truth is, it's not about being perfect. It's about being intentional. Start where you are. Maybe you swap your usual cooking oil for olive oil. Maybe you toss a handful of spinach into your eggs. Maybe you replace one salty snack with a handful of almonds. That's how it begins. Small changes. And here's something powerful to remember. Your body is always listening. It notices when you give it better fuel. It responds when you treat it with care. And even if you spend decades eating differently, it's never too late to turn things around. So don't think of this video as a checklist. Think of it as a conversation between you and your future self, the one who's still walking tall, still remembering names, still laughing at the same jokes, still cooking dinner, still living fully, still you. Now, before we go, I'd love to hear from you. What's one change you're excited to make after watching this video? Is there a superfood you're already enjoying, or maybe one you're curious to try for the first time? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and I can't tell you how much joy it brings to see how these ideas are helping real people like you. Your story could inspire someone else to make a change too. And if this video spoke to you, if it gave you hope or reminded you that you still have power over your health, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the bell so you never miss another conversation like this. We're building community here, and you're a part of it now. Here's to nourishing your body, feeding your spirit, and living your best life at any age. You deserve it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.